There was a time I should have been teaching my son how to fight, but instead I was sitting in prison. Now, that's not easy for me to say, and I'm not proud of it. However, it was my situation. So now I'm home, and I've been building with him. I am having a proud dad moment right now. As you can hear, I'm in a Muay Thai gym that I go to, which I started around a year ago, and I'm here with my son today. Proud dad moment. You know, I didn't have a dad to take me to things like martial arts. I didn't have a dad to show me how to defend myself. And I know how important that is. Like I said, I wasn't in his life. So he also had a dad, but just didn't have access to him. You know, like myself. And that was through no fault of his own. Now, as you can imagine, I'd been out of his life a long time. So as you can hear, today I am at the Muay Thai gym with my son. It's a proud moment. I'm having a proud dad moment because I'm actually able to bring him to the same gym that I come to learn how to fight. And it's such a nice day for me. Why? Because it's yet another way for us to bond. Let's think about it. I wasn't in his life for 10 years, right? So when I came home, when he was 10 years old, I didn't just come home and be like, son, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. There was a term that I like to say when I go into the schools and the prisons, right? Even just the schools, to be fair, it is connection before correction, right? I had to make the connection with him. I couldn't just come in and just be like, as much as I tell him what to do and tell him what not to do, I couldn't just be like, yeah, you're doing this, yeah, you're doing that, yeah, you're doing this. That'd be the fastest way to lose him. I had to bond with him first, which meant I just had to really just get to know him again. He had to get to know me. He had to feel safe with me. I had to feel safe with him, you know? So at first, or the first 2 years of being home, I didn't really tell him what he had to do. So he's a good kid anyway. He's a good kid. He doesn't get in trouble or anything like that. He's really intelligent. And I was only really asking, not much of him, right? Other than like, I introduced more reading and I introduced cooking once a week. I believe these skills are important, right? My mum gave them to me, not really the reading, even though she bought me 1,000 encyclopedias, but more the cooking. And I believe that's a really important skill for a boy to have. So other than that, I didn't really tell him what he had to do. So I've been leaving him for 1 or 2 years just to, you know, for us to bond, build our relationship, for him to find his way, right? So, but it's getting to a point where he's becoming 14 now. He's 13 now, nearly 14. He needs this in his locker. And this isn't just to beat him up, beat people up, go around attacking people. This is for discipline. All the reasons I joined Muay Thai, to be fair. More confidence, more agility, more balance, discipline, you know, more flexibility. And, you know, that's the main reason I'm bringing him here. Discipline, confidence, you know, just to feel good within himself and just know that he can defend himself. If he's 13 now and continues to do this for 5, 6 years, 7 years, where would he be when he's 21? He's one of them ones where your son might not thank you now, but they'll definitely thank you later. You're wondering why I got so much, you can see the steam coming out. It's actually freezing in here. So I've got a session after this, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I noticed that on the way here, he was miserable. He's tried to get out of this so many ways. He's tried to get out of it so many ways, but I said to his mum, I was like, look, I need you to back me up on this one. I need you to trust me on this one, and I need you to understand that our boy needs this, you know, because a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women, they don't want their son fighting. You know what mums are like. And then she was like, yeah, she agreed with me, you know. She seldom agrees with me, but she agreed with me anyway. It's a big her up. And here we are. It was quite a long time. It took quite a long time in the process. But like I said, I'm not so forceful with him. I'm more relaxed, and, you know, I try and like gently coax him into things, you know. But today is a really, can you see it in my face? Like I'm smiling, like it's a real proud dad moment. Like I'm so happy to be here and so happy to be here with my son. You know, they say that you should be the parent that you wanted to see when you didn't have a parent, or just be the parent you wanted to see, or be the parent that you wanted to show up. Now I hope that this video gives people hope. Why do I want this video to give people hope? Let's think about it. I wasn't in my son's life for 10 years. I went to prison when he was 7 months old. I came back when he on his 10th birthday. Right? I'm not proud of that. I already said that. But if I could come home and he's 13 now and build a relationship with him where we're like brothers, yeah, we argue a bit now because he's turned into a teenager. But if I can build a relationship with my son, then if you're out there and maybe haven't seen your son or daughter for 1 or 2 years maybe, or a little while, you could definitely build a relationship out with your child. And people often think it takes money to build relationships with children. Hear me now. It doesn't take money to build a relationship with your child. It just takes showing up. It just takes showing up. You could use your imagination and just be, inventive with it, if you like. Remember, kids just want to be kids. Well, kids of this day and age, they are hyper consumers. But if you give them a chance to be children, they'll be children. So if you take them to the park and, let's just say you bought a kite or something. Kites are not that expensive, or you bought, a ball, or you played with sticks or something, it's literally can be as cheap as that. So I'd like to just tell you that if you haven't seen your children for a little while, and you're fearful that you need money to see them, that's not the case. Another thing that's not the case is children are quite forgiving. Let me say that again. Children are quite forgiving. What do I mean by that? They're forgiving in the sense that you can be out of their life for ages, and as long as they're still children, they should give you a chance. It does get a bit tougher when you're, probably when they turn 18, 19, 20 maybe, but there is a saying, if you keep knocking on the door, eventually someone will answer to you. And myself and my son and I have built a fantastic relationship that I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of it. Yes, I get it wrong. Of course I do. I'm a parent for the first time. This is my firstborn child. And he probably gets it wrong as well. He's 13 years old. He's meant to get it wrong. But I'm just there to guide him and put him in the right places and give him the right tools for him to do the right things. And I know you guys will know this. I know you guys know this. I know you guys are great parents. But if there is somebody there, and that's the reason I say it, because I know people that have said this to me before. They've said that they find it hard to connect with their child. They've said that they don't know how to speak to their child. They said that it's difficult. Kids just need you to show up. Some people may say that is rich coming from you when you wasn't around for so long. At the same time, it's not, because now I am around. I'm actually able to do the right things, and I'll make sure I continue to do the right things with my son. So that was just a little proud dad moment video from me. I know there's a lot of proud dads out there. Please tell me of your proud dad moments. Please tell me of any similar stories in the comments. Like, share, comment, guys. You know me, Mr. Positive. Mr. Positive is a new gangster, and I don't think you can beat this, in terms of Positive being a new gangster. Like, just being there for your son in such a difficult world. He's a young black boy. Let's talk candid. He's a young black boy. He's gonna face different challenges from, other children, let's say. But all children have a fight on their hands, and everybody has challenges. But as a young black boy in the world, let's face it, we know that his challenges, are gonna be different. So I have to prepare him for that. And one of those things that would definitely help is martial arts, Muay Thai, boxing, whatever you wanna do, karate, whatever you wanna do. Because it helps with discipline. It helps with confidence. So it's only my hope that in the future, if he was to get into a fight, he'll have enough confidence to just say, listen, mate, sorry, I don't want to argue with you. That's where I want my son. And it's my job to teach him how to protect himself. But what better way to teach someone how to protect themselves than come into a protected environment where the trainers are trained to train you. And it's not about fighting. This isn't about fighting. This is about so much more. This is about so much more. And there's so many pros, and they fully, completely outweigh the cons. So yes, people, today I am a very proud father. I'm really grateful. I'm really thankful. I give thanks, we give thanks. And it's just an amazing moment for me, man. If you could imagine just, wishing you could do things with your son, not being able to, and then finally being able to. Like, You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And then it's yet something else that we can bond with along the way. And again, as you can imagine, even as I sit here, I think about all the moments I missed, all the birthdays I missed, all the celebrations I missed, the times when I was meant to be giving him confidence, I wasn't there. I remember 2 times in prison, right, that hurt me the most. It was one time I found my son. It was at his grandma's house. And I've had the same conversation with him so many times. But this time, the where are you, the dad, where are you, was so much different than ever before. He said, Dad, where are you? And it wasn't just a, I'm at the shop type of thing. I could get away, like it was deep. I felt it, Dad, where are you? And I just felt it so in my heart. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment. And there was another moment when I got into open prison where I was able to come out on the weekends. And the first time I met with my son, after like not seeing him for 3 years because his mum stopped bringing him to see me for whatever reason, you know how that goes. He didn't want to come to me. My own child didn't want to come to me. Those are 2 times in prison that, you know, that hurt the most. Right? So I suppose another message here would be for any dads out there that does have children, or even mums that are not doing the right things. Make sure you're there for your children. Why? Because in an instant you can lose it. Especially like myself, where I made silly decisions and lost my freedom. That's not my son's fault. That's on me. Being a man isn't about pretending you are perfect. It's about showing up when you wake up. Don't let that one go over your head. It's about showing up when you wake up. It's about finally having that eureka moment in your mind and doing better than you've done before. That's all it takes. That's all they need. That's all they want. So again, here I am, all smiles, fire coming out of my lungs, fire breathing dragon, you know, and I'm here with my son, and he's doing Muay Thai downstairs, hence the noise. I hope you can hear me. The guy's shouting, my little buddy there, you know, and I'm proud of my son today, and I'm proud of the man I'm becoming for him. So hear me now, because who don't hear must feel, and who does hear will heal. Positive is a new gangster, and I'm experiencing a proud dad moment today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Help your boy on the way to 1,000 subscribers. I give you the Muay Thai. I give you the Muay Thai. The respect. Let me just, you know. That's another thing we're teaching him. Respect, discipline, confidence. I've said it all before anyway. I've said it all before. Proud dad moment. See my face, see my smile, see my bald head. You know what I'm saying? After this, I'm gonna do my own little, you get me? You know what I mean? That's it. So please don't break my camera. Yeah, mate. Please. You know what I mean? So I'm off. I'm out.